Thank you for joining our studio back again. We were talking about APC, not being able to present the best option in 2027. I think is beginning to show up. The internal cracks that we saw in LP, in PDP, that made a few of them to go into APC. That was what they cited. It appears to be happening in APC. The implosion that people say is going to happen before 2027 is happening too early. The other day, a statement was credited to our president. That's where he said, "It's my pleasure to see you people in disarray." To see opposition in disarray, and then Nadi took it off.
No, you're wrong. No, not credited. We saw him say it.
Yeah, it's still credited to him.
We saw him say it.
Okay, it's still to his credit. He didn't change that. so the Nadi was saying that when you mock opposition, you are mocking democracy, because opposition is the major fractional section of democracy. Now, LP and PDP, all the opposition are saying, "Dear President, it's a pleasure to see your APC in disarray, and much more in disarray in Northeast, to the extent that they were throwing chairs. They were physically in disarray and also administratively in disarray." So is the crack in APC starting too early? And this kind of mockery going front and back, how far is it going to go in APC?
You see, when a prophet speaks to the people, sometimes they don't take him serious. Early this year, Rufai has said that APC is one-man party.
One-man show.
One-man show. And he will not be party to such, organization. That since this government come into inception, there has never been NEC, neither NWC meeting. Wow. That after Rufai cried out, they organized a kangaroo neck. And Rufai was not invited. At that time, he had not crossed. Amici was not invited, and some other prominent members of APC. Now, because after the June 12th Democracy Day celebration, I think the northeast of the APC chapter organized, in their usual way of endorsing the president, because the governors in their governor forum have endorsed the president as the sole candidate of APC. The national chairman and working committee and the Senate has also endorsed the president as the sole candidate of APC. So they took it further to the northeast in Gombe State to endorse the president as the sole candidate of APC. And that endorsement was made by the vice chairman northeast and the national chairman, without endorsing the sitting vice president. And the sitting vice president happened to come from the northeast. And the voters say, how can you do that? Is the vice president not in the party? Is he not supposed to stand re-election with the is it not a joint ticket anymore? Or you are dropping the vice chairman? So when the vice president anymore, I think the Usman Nanadi made it very clear, and as he was right. You were busy yesterday laughing at the opposition, who do not have state power, who do not have state resources, who cannot make noise as much as you can, who cannot control the media. But you who had all the resources, you could not put your hands together. So who is even more in disarray now? Is it the APC or the opposition party?
Now, the implosion is actually starting from unexpected quarters. Because people were expecting that this new entrance, these defectees, moving from one party to the other and all that at the end of the day, they are meeting, they're going to a party that is already fully structured. Yeah. APC is not a new party. They have everything. They have been in power since 2015. They have all status quos. They have every party structure is in place. So you are coming in there, who are you going to displace? That at the end of the day, before 2027, there's going to be a lot of them that will be disgruntled, especially those from PDP and original owners of APC, who are going to get angry, and there will be a crisis naturally. Not everybody's going to be settled with money or whatever. Some want to contest. Some have been stepping aside for their friends or, for zoning on written or written, just for them to contest now. only to see somebody from PDP who also who was a senator in PDP jumping into their own party to say no, he needs automatic ticket. But now this is coming from the real APC. Is there a war, not physical war, political war, waiting for 2027? It's beyond this. It's my pleasure to see you in disarray. Let's leave all those rhetorics.
The truth is, I think you know the answer. I have always said here, the implosion will be massive. It has not started when they will do their congresses. The next congress to elect their leaders that will get people that will pick their tickets. That's when you see the war. What happened in the other day in TV, it wasn't surprising to me. This news has been out there. Then it was a rumor. Mm-hmm. The rumor has been out there that President might not run with his current vice.
We even saw some postcards where President was placed side by side with another.
Even Akin Babamed, when he led this current government, he was quiet on it. He said for 2 years I couldn't assess the president. He wasn't directly inferring too. That from his position, he should have access. And this grapevine has been out there for a while that they've shut down this man. And again, people react to body language, and that's what they did in the Northeast, made it quite obvious. This is a joint ticket. This is his base. I want to endorse president, endorse 2 of them to quench that rumor. They just magnify that rumor. They make it real.
They are giving credence to the rumor.
So people had to react. I was amazed how security men was able to guide the state chairman.
Okay, Philip, a lot of people accredit this political astuteness to Asiwaju. Do you think Asiwaju was aware of what happened and it's also used to kind of test water? They can now come out and say, no, you people misunderstood what happened. That naturally the VP is with president. Do you think that was a test of water or whatever, that they knew they were not caught off guard like Nenade was thinking maybe the house was in disarray? That, sometimes you can initiate intentional, disorder just to see what happens.
My reaction to that would be yes and no. Yes, in the sense that, yes, Tinubu is capable of doing what happened by testing the water. That is why they go to the Northeast, the home base of the sitting vice president, Alhaji Shetima, to see how the reaction will be. It's also no, because they because they see Asiwaju as a strategist, as political juggernaut, is the what do you call it, Jagaban of the Nigerian politics. So they take everybody for a ride. That even if they never put it into consideration that there would be that kind of reaction from the Northeast. That is my reaction to that. But yes, they will say, yes, we did it. It is not from us. It's just there. But in the true sense of it, yes, they went to the Northeast. Because, like you said, we saw a postcard of another Northeast person being posted as the running mate, side by side with the sitting president. So they wanted to see what the reaction will be. And now that they've seen the reaction, you saw that it's after the reaction that postcard came out. So what it is that is still the Northeast. So you can see that that's audacity, showing that what can they do? Well, okay, we're taking
I'm saying, so there have not been very serious, that I haven't seen, very, very categorical statement that the president is still running with Shetima, because unfortunately, like I kept saying, it's unfortunate that 2 years into this thing,
that's what I was going to say.
Election and running or not running, who to run with and who to not run with has started. When we should be measuring this government, their annual performance.
It's quite early. For me, I don't think he was testing water. No, I don't think so. Why did I say so? This endorsement has gone from one zone to another without measuring the Shetima's name. So he just happened to get to that Northeast. I don't think they were expecting this. But he was testing water. They've done it. They were measuring them at least once. Eastern Bloc has endorsed him. This other bloc has endorsed him. Western Bloc has endorsed him. They're all endorsing Tinubu.
And National Assembly members are standing on his mandate.
Him as a person. So nobody's bringing Shetima into the equation. I don't think it's testing water. It was their own set time to do the endorsement, and this happened. But as you said, it's quite disturbing that we're still talking politics 2 years into his reign. When we should be talking about governance. When we should be talking about, see how many people that were killed in Benue. He took Pope to pray before our president. It happened in his backyard. These are things we should be discussing.
No, you are going too far.
And we were talking
you are
about...
going too far. Let me come to Benue, killing the Benue. Now, you see, from other climate and other society, other nation, when tragedy happens, it is instantaneous that the president go and visit the scene. But in Nigeria, in the case of Benue State, for instance, as a case study, today, the governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Alia, had called political groups to come in their
and line up.
And line up. There will be a red carpet. What about the people that lost their life? What about the victims?
I was just waiting for that thing to happen.
Are you mourning or you are celebrating?
I saw the circular from the state government. I just wanted it to happen so that we can just have it in our hands.
So you are saying that it took Pope. Took Pope is a different thing. They already planned for this. It's like a burial ceremony of the 200.
I saw the circular. I was just waiting for us to have the pictures, so we can talk about it.
So the president, the Benue State is chopped down, like he said yesterday. The economic activities of Benue State is chopped down after they have lost 200 persons.
They're going to do politics there.
And the government, the president is not going to the city. He's going to government house to address, to have a town hall meeting with the people from Benue State.
Okay, now I noticed one thing. Death should be condemned. Death, loss of people should be natural for us to weep and be angry about. Until the president, it took a while, until president, took a stand and spoke about it. No APC member, nobody was sorry, at least publicly or written or reported, about what happened in Benue. Until the president now spoke about it. So if I condemn the death of people in Benue State before the president does that, so it means I'm not supporting the president? What kind of conquered mentality do we have? So everybody has to be quiet until the president can come out and say, oh, what happened in Benue won't take it, before APC members started coming out to talk against it. Why are we politicizing everything? You talked about that glamour that they planned, but let's just see the pictures first. We hope it doesn't happen.
See, as you said, I don't know what they always switch for president. State policing has always been there. Nobody has pushed it because they don't see they're watching president.
And even the president has always wanted it before.
Yes, but they're watching his body language. Because of this president thing, that he said, okay, now he's going to push for state policing. And we've done 2 years. Imagine the state governor has police at his disposal and state policing. Now you will be held accountable. Now you will give him an excuse to hide under. That he doesn't have any security apparatus under him. And his people are being massacred every other day.
You see, that's why people are telling the president, especially Mr. Akafos, that they should forget about the sycophant that around him.
Yes.
He should come down from a high horse and see what is happening to the people. Because of what they fed him with, that is why he came to say, oh, it is my pleasure to see the opposition party in disarray. And look at this kind of sycophancies that had led to the endorsement that brought about the shameful action in Gombe State that led Senator Usman Anari to say, Mr. President, God is not sleeping. Yesterday you were celebrating our problem.
Yes.
You that is father of democracy, you were mocking democracy, because if you mock the opposition, you are mocking democracy.
That's right.
That democracy is not complete without opposition. So if you think that the alternative is having issue, then you have captured the state. Look, the people you think you have captured within your circle, look at what has played out. So who is at disarray at the moment? Is it the opposition party, or the APC is more in disarray with what played out in Gombe State? This is the issue before, and here we are. The president is going to Benue State, like we said, instead of visiting the scene as at the time when the incident happened. They are taking it as a political jamboree, because I don't see why the governor of Benue State to ask people to come in their colors and all of that, and it has to be a town hall meeting. Is that where the death takes place? Is it the government house?
Well, we just hope all the parties in Nigeria do not fall under being disarray. The ruling party in disarray, the opposition in disarray. Is our democracy in disarray?
There's only one party that is not a desire, that is the Social Democratic Party.
Honestly, I hope that other parties will take cue. Like what the man said, they should work underneath. They should be quiet. They should quietly reorganize the house. See, you'll be mocked. If you're mocked, what do? You go back.
Yeah,
you take stock of what happened. What causes our issues? People are mocking us. We rearrange your home. Do it quietly. Governance the grassroots. Set the house in order. Let's have a formidable party that will face APC.
So, all right, and let us also hope that what happened in Gombe is a kind of testing of the waters, because if for any reason Shetima will be swapped, it's going to be a fundamental change in APC, even though it's somebody from the same state, even though it's his younger brother or elder brother, even though it's even a woman, even though it's Shetima's wife, it's going to be a fundamental change, and I think it might lead to them being in more disarray, than they are today. That Senator Nenadi is also mocking them, But in general, we don't want our democracy to be in disarray, because there's no benefit if after all we put in to chase the military away, we are back into being disarray. It's not going to speak well of democracy. Thank you guys for being around, and this is Tinubu's Insights. We'll be right back very shortly.